Welcome back to Adventures of a Black Belt Sommelier, sponsored by Four Paws Restaurant, the iconic fine dining restaurant in St. Paul, Minnesota, with wonderful, wonderful food, attentive professional service, and an ever-evolving, increasingly wonderful wine program. I hope you'll come by and see me sometime soon, have a glass of wine at the bar, a bottle of wine with dinner. We have amazing selections in pretty much all price ranges. We have wonderful $75 bottles of wine, and we have wonderful, you know, you can spend a lot more money than that if you want something more special. Well, not more special, more, I don't know. As I said, we have really great $75 bottles. Well, we also have, some of the icons that are a lot more expensive. And sometimes you need an icon that's a lot more expensive if it's your anniversary or your birthday or if you closed a big business deal. Um, I've said several times recently that sometimes it's really good to be the sommelier, and I seem to be on a roll in that area. The owner of Four Paws, Bruce Taher, who's an extraordinary person, um, like the ultimate self-made man, spent some time with us in the restaurant last night. He often does that on Tuesday or Thursday. And when he's here, he usually asks me to pick out something really special from the wine cellar, and we have a glass of it together to reconnect and talk about what's going on with the wine program in the restaurant. And then he often wanders around the restaurant with a decanter of whatever it is and shares it with people that he thinks might enjoy it. Last night, he was wandering around the restaurant sharing glasses of 2005 Valdicava Brunello di Montalcino with just random people as he wandered around the restaurant with this decanter of wine. This is a monumental wine. I did check the Wine Advocate review of this wine, and they are, I got to tell you, I know I admire Antonio Galloni a lot. He wrote this review, but he is way off base on this wine. He said that its maturity was between 2010 and 2022. Well, this is 2025, and this wine is nowhere near its apogee. It's mature. It's the tannins are resolved. Everything's kind of in harmony. Everything's in balance, but it has a long, long life ahead of it. It's a pretty youthful wine. I think in another 5 or 6 years, it'll really be showing its best, and it'll go quite a bit longer than that. At least this one bottle. We have some more. With 20-year-old wine, every bottle is a different bottle of wine. It kind of all depends on cork. This cork was strong like bull, as I often say. This wine it's a brooding, smoky, tarry wine with a lot of intense kind of ripe cherry fruit, iron, smoke, in depth and intensity. Of course, it's Sangiovese Grosso grapes, 100%. It's the great wine of Tuscany, Brunello di Montalcino, and I would say Valdicava is one of the top half dozen producers of Brunello di Montalcino. It's not as well known as a lot of producers like Santi, but they certainly make extraordinary wine. This bottle last night in the glass I was drinking in the room I was drinking in, and with the other people I was drinking in, was an absolutely magnificent wine. It is very, very worth looking for. It is it's very rich on the palate. It's very intense. It's very full-bodied. It is a long, 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 beautiful, balanced, delicious, rich finish. 2005 Valdicava, that's spelled Valdicava, Brunello di Montalcino. It is not inexpensive, but it is worth every penny. If you've heard before my recipe for Lydia Bastiange's beefsteak Maremma style, you know the perfect dish to serve with this wine. If you haven't, you can Google it. Lydia Bastiange's beefsteak Maremma style, Maremma style. It's the perfect wine and the perfect dish to serve together. If you haven't yet, check the wine cellar dinners tab on our webpage, fourpaws.com, and take a look at the wine the wine dinners that we are offering right now with the wines introduced virtually by the winemaker or winery owner. We have some really amazing opportunities with Larry Turley from Turley Settlers, Gaia from Angelo Gaia, Laurel Sferrod from Domaine de Pégot, Michael Mondavi, Maya Della Valle from Della Valle, Napa, Alison Tozier, the winemaker at Colgan Cellars in Napa, Mark Hochar from Chateau Musar, Joel Peterson from Once and Future Wines. 5-course dinners with wines paired with food, and the wines introduced virtually by the winemaker or winery owner. And you can come any night with 4 to 6 people and have this dinner. Any one of these dinners. You could come 10 nights in a row and have a different dinner each night. We also have one with 5 100-point wines. We have one with very famous female winemakers like Gaia, Ellen Tossier, Maya Della Valle, and Laurel Sferrod. So there's a variety of options. Some of them, obviously, the ones with 5 100-point wines are pretty darn expensive. The one with Gaia wines is pretty darn expensive, but the Turley Cellars one isn't. The Chateau Musar one isn't. The Once and Future Wines one isn't terribly expensive. And they're worth every penny. To just to listen to Larry Turley talk about his wines, or Gaia talk about her family's wines, is a really, really special experience. And these are recorded conversations between me and the winemaker, not something I just found online and copied. So it's personal for us, for you in our wine cellar. As you can see behind me, our wine cellar is very beautiful. Stop by and see us soon at Four Paws. It's worth a special trip. Great wine. Thank you. Have a great weekend.